Hi, and welcome to the newest smart home series on this channel called Smart Home 101. We will be discussing smart decisions when building a smart home. Let me start by asking you a question. How many times did you miss a delivery because the delivery company told you that you weren't home, although you're pretty sure you were home? Or did you ever think of having security cameras outside of your door? Well, this video is just for you because today we're talking about the Amazon Ring smart doorbell. Smart doorbells are very common in the US, but they're much less common in Europe and other parts of the world, so let me briefly tell you what they do. A smart doorbell is basically a camera that activates whenever it detects movement or whenever someone presses the bell. Now, there are many companies creating smart doorbells in the market right now. You have Google, Logitech, and the one I went with, Amazon. And the reason why I went with Amazon is that they create a lot of smart home products. And when you talk about smart home, you talk about ecosystem. And the reason why I went with Amazon is that they offer good quality products for a reasonable price. If you were to, for instance, stay in the Apple ecosystem, if you want your products to be seamlessly integrated with Siri, then you will have to pay a premium. Now let's talk about what you get when you buy one of these. The content of the box depends on the model that you get, but I'll talk for mine and I'll tell you in an instant why I chose this specific one. In addition to the doorbell itself, you'll get the wall mount and you'll get a screwdriver with a special head, 2 screws to mount the doorbell on the wall mount, charger, no brick as it's the trend right now, and that's pretty much it. But it's very easy to install. All you have to do is use the wall mount and the 4 screws to mount it on the wall. You can either plug it directly to electricity or you can use it wirelessly by charging it every now and then. In my experience, the battery life is pretty good. I have to charge it every month or so. It takes a bit to charge, about 2-3 hours, but it lasts a long time. Of course, that depends on how much you use your doorbell, how many people walk in front of your door or ring your doorbell, but it's a pretty decent battery life. Now, there are currently 3 Amazon Ring products in the market. This one, the very basic one, that's sold for around $120. Then you have your Amazon Ring 3, which is sold for about $200, and there is the Amazon Ring 4, which isn't available, at least for the US market, because they just ran out of it. So why did I go with the very basic one? Let me tell you what I will end with. If you're considering buying a doorbell, a smart doorbell, then I definitely recommend that you buy the very basic one, and I'll tell you why. This offers you a 180p camera with 2-way talk, so you can hear the other person and another person can hear you. The sound quality is very decent. And this is how you hear the sound. The app is the same for all 3 of the products. The night vision is very decent. You pretty much get all the basics in this product. Now, what this won't give you, and what I regret not having in this product and the other higher versions have, is dual bandwidth. More and more, the routers in the world have either mesh networks that mix 2.4 GHz with 5 GHz, or you have your routers that broadcast in both bandwidths. Now, I did have a small issue when trying to use this here, because these products are mainly created for the US lifestyle. I'm pretty sure this was created for US houses where it's made all of wood. But if you're living in an apartment building, especially in Europe where the walls are concrete and the doors are metal, then you might have some connectivity issue, or your doorbell might let you know that you have poor Wi-Fi when you don't. Now, if you have this issue, a quick Google search will tell you that if you buy the Ring Chime with your Ring doorbell, then the chime will act as a Wi-Fi enhancer and would prevent that issue. I haven't tried that, and indeed sometimes my doorbell lets me know that I have poor Wi-Fi, but it works without a problem. There's something else I want to share with you. When you buy this, it comes with a month free of subscription with Amazon Ring services. And when I first installed it, it worked perfectly. But when my 1 month subscription ended, the doorbell started having difficulties notifying me about movement in front of my door. And I figured that that was about Wi-Fi connectivity issues, but when I resubscribed without changing anything about the Wi-Fi, all of a sudden there was a miracle and the doorbell started working perfectly again. Now, I don't have data to support this, but this was my personal experience. Connectivity might be an issue, but it becomes a bigger issue if you're not subscribed to their services. But that's not too much of a concern, because if you're using this product, the monthly subscription fee, if you're in the US, is $4, and it's absolutely worth it because it saves all the small bits of video it records when it registers movement outside of your door or whenever someone rings the doorbell. So it's definitely worth having, so that in case something happens, you can go back to previously registered videos. Now, one thing you might be thinking of is whether these things are waterproof or at least weatherproof. Well, according to Amazon, they are built to work at very cold temperatures, but electronics and water don't always mix well. It is supposed to be water resistant, but if you want to use it outside, if you have a house, then I recommend you buy one of these small pieces that shelter the top of the product from raindrops. Let's take a second to talk about the app too. The app is very well designed. It's pretty straightforward and you can connect all your Ring devices to it. It also allows you to designate a special zone of interest outside of which the camera, the doorbell won't record, or you can completely turn off that function and use it as a doorbell and a video camera whenever someone presses it. One of the most awesome features is that it's very compatible with your watch, and every time someone presses the doorbell, you get a notification with a photo that the doorbell takes that instant, and you are able to see whomever is at the door. Unfortunately, you're not able to answer from your watch. For that, of course, you'll have to have your phone out. On the newer models, the doorbell recognizes if you have boxes outside of your doors or your dog is running around. The newer ones also come with interchangeable batteries and something called the corner kit. Now, the corner kit is interesting. If you do not mount your doorbell straight on your door, but you mount it on the wall right next to it, the doorbell will be recording whatever is on the background more than the person ringing the door. The corner kit solves that issue because it puts the doorbell at an angle, so it's constantly focused on whomever is ringing the door. Now, is it a big issue? Not really, because these things have a fisheye camera that cover a lot of ground, but if you want it to be more focused, you can either buy the corner kit as an extra if you buy the basic version, or it comes included with the box with the higher versions of the Amazon Ring. Now, this was my first smart home product, and I'm very happy first to have bought a smart doorbell because it allows me to answer the door whenever I'm not disposed or whenever I'm not home. But I'm also very glad that I bought this one because it has good battery life. The basic one is priced reasonably for all that it does. You can share it with other house members, which is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it's important. And if you're considering buying this, honestly, I recommend it a lot. And I strongly recommend that you buy the basic version unless there are some extras that you really want. This will do everything that you need. All right, let's end today's video here. I'll be reviewing a lot more products on this new series, so make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you again on the next one.